Hello everyone, I'm Asha Bist. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are happy. Dear children, today I welcome you all in class 5 EVS. We are going to start a new chapter today. The chapter is Reaching Places. In this chapter, we are going to learn the need for transport. We'll discuss different means of transport as well as impact of transport on trade and economy. So let's begin. Means of transport. Means of transport have changed our life and made each and every travel fast and comfortable. As we all know that early humans they used to travel on their foot. They are always on move, but they used to travel on foot only because that time transportation was not as developed as it is today. After the advancement in technology and after the invention of wheel and later on different kinds of vehicles have been invented by people that changed our life totally, that made our life very fast and comfortable. Because previously, if we have to travel to some places, we used to take a lot of time for that. But after the invention of different vehicles, the time or the duration of travel it decreased due to these vehicles. In the mode of transportation, first of all, we are going to discuss land transport. Land transport is the transport or movement of people, animals, or goods from one location to another. The two main forms of land transport can be considered to be as rail transport and road transport. As we all know that road transport today are the most common means of transport. They are faster and smoother for movement of different vehicles. You can see here in our country as well as in other parts of the world, we have broad roads and all these roads connects major cities, towns and villages today. Basically, land transport is of two types, road transport and rail transport. We'll discuss about both these land transport in detail. First of all, in roadways, road transport or road transportation is a type of transport. By using roads, transport on roads can be roughly grouped into the transportation of goods and transportation of people. Most of the people in our country they travel by road every day. So roadways is the most common as well as the most important means of transport. People from all walks of life they use road transport every day. In road transport, now let's talk about the national highways. The national highways in India are a network of trunk roads that is owned by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. It is constructed and managed by the National Highway Authority of India. Like if we talk about the national highways, these national highways are broad roads and all these national highways connect major cities of our country. Freeways or expressways are the examples. These roads allow traffic to move at high speed as they are broad and they are high speed roads so vehicles move faster. They have more than one lane so it is very quick for transportation to move from one place to another. Apart from that, our country has many highways, many roads that connect major cities. As the first highway of India was built by Sher Shah Suri and that was known as that is called as the Grand Trunk Road. The Grand Trunk Road is built by Sher Shah Suri. Now, this was all about the highways. Now, let's talk about the international highways. An international highway runs through more than one country and runs across the borders of at least two different countries. Apart from the national highways, we have international highways also. Roads that connect different countries are known as international highways. Our country is also connected by roads with some of the other countries like Nepal, Bhutan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. These are our neighboring countries, and all these countries are connected with us through the roadways. Here in this map of the world, you can see the international highways. Now, the another land transport, that is railways. Railways is also a cheap means of transport. All the people can easily travel through railways. Rail transport is a means of transferring passengers and goods on wheeled vehicles running on rails which are located on tracks, in contrast to road transport where vehicles run on a prepared fast surface. India has the largest network of rail line, and these rail lines connect most of the part of our country. As if we discuss about the first train which run in India, that is in 1853, and that ran between Mumbai and Thane. Now, today if we talk about Indian Railways, it expanded its wings across the country, and we have many super fast trains also. Like if we talk about the super fast train, Shatabdi Express, Rajdhani Express, Duronto Express, these are the fastest trains, the examples of the fastest trains in India. There are number of heritage trains also run in India. These trains are basically introduced for the attraction of tourists, so that tourists can be attracted towards our country. Some of the example of these heritage trains are the Deccan Queen and the Palace on Wheel. These are the two examples of the heritage trains. That all we have discussed. This slide, I'll just read it again for you all. India has a large network of railway. It connects all the parts of the country. The first train in India ran in 1853 between Mumbai and Thane. Shatabdi Express and Duronto Express are the fastest trains in India. Deccan Queen and Palace on Wheels, these are the two heritage trains which have been also introduced for foreign tourists. Moving forward, now some of the famous railways in the world. In the previous slide, we talked about the fastest trains of India. Now, in this slide, we are going to talk about the famous railways in the world. Europe and North America have railway network more extensive than anywhere. It is the largest railway network area in the world. If we talk about the longest railways line in the world is the Russian Trans-Siberian Railway connecting Moscow and Vladivostok. These are the two countries this are connected through the railway lines. These are the two railway lines exactly. Okay, these two railway lines, they are the longest railway lines in the world. Many countries have developed high speed trains using different methods. Now, today, using technology, many fast trains, bullet trains, as well as metro trains are developed across the world. Like if we talk about the speed of the trains, China's CRS-2, Japan's bullet train. These are the two examples of famous railways, fastest railways in the world. Next comes air transport. Air travel is a form of travel in vehicles such as helicopters, hot air balloons, blimps, gliders, hang gliders, parachuting, airplanes, jet aircraft, or anything else that can sustain flight. Airways, as usual, it is the fastest and the most expensive means of transport. If we talk about the first aeroplane was built by Wright brothers, that was built in the year 1903. And since that time, many advancement took place in air transport. The airplanes fly over long distances at very high speed, so it makes the travel very easy, faster, and comfortable too. On December 17, 1903, Wilbur or Oliver Wright brothers, these two just invented the first aeroplane. The Wright brothers had invented the first successful aeroplane in this year. Now let's talk about the domestic and international flights. Domestic flights are flights that are within the same country or group of countries. If you are traveling within your country, boundaries are called domestic flights. And when we talk about international flights are that go from one country or continent to other. Domestic flights, if suppose for say example, if you want to travel within our country, then you will use the domestic flights. If you want to travel out of our country, then you will use international flights. Now let's talk about water transport. Water transport is the cheapest and the oldest mode of transport. It operates on a natural track and hence does not require huge capital investment in the construction and maintenance of its track except in case of canals. The cost of operation of water transport is also very less. It has the largest carrying capacity and is most suitable for carrying bulky goods over long distances. It has played a very significant role in bringing different parts of the world closer and is indispensable to foreign trade. When we talk about water transport is a kind of transport which is famous from early age. Like first of all, when the transportation was not so developed like it is today, that time people used to travel through water, like sea and ocean route they used to follow for traveling from one place to another. In that time people used ships and they moved in groups for traveling. Now water transport, it is one of the cheapest means of transport, and this transport connects many countries as well as it gives us a transport within the country. Now when we talk about water transport, here one picture I can show you about water transport. Now finally let's talk about journey to space. Space tourism is the recent phenomena with tourists play for flights into space. Like ISRO has brought us much closer to the advanced nations it has developed to satellite launch vehicles PSLV and GSLV. Chandrayaan 1 was India's first mission to moon. Today people are not only traveling on land, but they are trying to reach the space. They are trying to identify and know more about space. For that, journey to space has become very, you can say, famous. People are trying to reach space and wanting to know more about space. Transport a being. Transport, no doubt, it is very beneficial, very useful for us. It has developed our life a lot. It has made our life very comfortable and fast. But at the same point of time, it is, you can say, a kind of danger to the environment, to the nature also. Because due to the pollution created by these different modes of transport, the air we are breathing in is getting polluted day by day. And due to that, people are having health problems. They are suffering from many health diseases, many heart diseases, breathlessness, and many more. Noise pollution is one more example of that, and it is creating many health problems to people. So, this is all from this chapter. Hope you liked it, hope you understood it. We'll soon meet with some more interesting chapters from your EVS book. Till then, take care and have a good day.